Hi, everybody. This is Elenbaas from Nightlight Astrology, and these are your horoscopes for the month of June 2019. So this is your sun and rising sign horoscope for Leos. And I'm going to try to do this in under 5 minutes or less. I'm coming in under the wire with these this month thanks to a big professional astrology conference I spoke at last month that kept me really busy. But thankfully this month there are two major transits that pretty easily divide up the month. And so you can easily kind of lump together the month in these two categories. So I'm going to talk about those and keep it simple this month. First one is the planet Mars. This is a burner all month long, making an opposition to Saturn and Pluto, perfecting between the 13th of June and the 21st. Mercury will get in on the mix right as it's perfecting its oppositions to Saturn and Pluto. Across the 12th and 6th house axis, difficult places in the chart, potential for a deeper level of emotional confrontation or conflict this month. It could be a little tendency to be a little self-destructive or to be dealing with people who are a little rigid or inflexible or really emotionally demanding. So be careful of those things. Be careful of getting in the middle of other people's conflicts. Be careful of drama, gossip, backstabbing, all 12th house manners of Mars and Cancer stuff that could trip you up. And remember also that, this could be a month where, a little emotional exhaustion is normal. Like just kind of pouring yourself into something. You could become a little bit of a martyr too, so be careful of that, of sacrificing too much of yourself. But also defending or wanting to stick up for people who are in need or who are hurting. That might be a part of the month as well. So big transit from Mars to Saturn and Pluto. Now, the other major piece of astrological news this month are a long series of T-squares that are being made between a bunch of planets in Gemini to Jupiter in Sagittarius and Neptune in Pisces. This spans from your 11th, 5th, and 8th house axis. Now, the 11th house axis, the 11th house was traditionally called the house of good spirit, has a lot to do with our allies, groups, people that are resources for us, the networks of people in our life that help us in some way, or that we share some common cause or vision or professional aspiration with. It's a very ambitious house. The 8th house has to do with resources that come from other people, sometimes as an act of charity or goodness, or sometimes through inheritance or death, or even sometimes resources that come to us because of ill motives. That's one of the phrases that you hear sometimes. The Jupiter in the 5th house is bringing up the topics of fun, pleasure, creativity, children, etc. So, and as well as the 5th house, also a place where we sometimes are gifted things. There's just like unexpected joy or good blessings or good fortune come. It was traditionally called the house of good fortune. So these T-squares are not that bad, first of all, because, you got a dominant Jupiter-Neptune theme, which tends to be sort of dreamy and idealistic and expansive. So a lot of kind of good, exciting things can come through. But you have to be careful. This is the kind of transit where you're out at the bar, you're drinking too much, and you get a great idea that ends up not being a great idea. This is the kind of transit where you could easily say, oh, this person's really going to help me. Great, even though you might think that person's a jerk. Or you could benefit from someone that is having a hard time. Someone gets fired and you get the job. That's the complications of Neptune in the 8th during this could bring up, benefiting from the misfortune or challenges of others. You're also at maybe something of a philosophical crossroads with friends, with groups, just what am I doing with my life? What are my priorities? And the feeling that there's some weight behind the decisions you're making right now, but not being entirely clear as to what the best criteria is to judge the situation or to make a good choice. That's part of Neptune in the 8th as well. The feeling of deeper consequences being there, but not being able to see the picture clearly. So you want to be really thinking through things, and also be careful of a high level of suggestibility or of the tendency to rationalize things that maybe aren't good. On the plus side, again, I think this could be very expansive and could be about, truly joyful and creative events and collaborations and people coming into your life to potentially benefit you. So it's a mixed month, right? You got two very different things happening. It'll be interesting to see how they weave together for you. So tell me how it goes, Leo, and sorry that this was so short this month. We'll be back with more next month for eclipse season. There's going to be a lot to say for that. So take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.